Hi,
Hello.
everyone. Glad you could make it tonight. So we're going to talk about vitamin D, okay? We're going to talk about D and B12. Time only allows for one. So vitamin D is also called the sunshine vitamin. It is produced by the body in response to the skin being exposed to the sun. It does occur naturally in some foods, like fishes, mackerel, salmon, sardines, tuna, also egg yolks and some fortified grains or dairy products, mushrooms and cheese. And I'm sure there's more, but those are the general ones. Too little vitamin D can pose health risks. Low vitamin D has been associated with increased risk of death from cardiovascular disease or heart disease, decreased cognitive impairment. It's funny, when you see things go across, I lose my attention. Sorry.
Hi, Erin. Hi, Jen.
Severe asthma, especially in children, cancer, and some cancer outcomes. Studies do suggest that vitamin D plays a role in the treatment and prevention of some conditions, like type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, osteoporosis, COPD, and again, cancers. Some medications can interfere with your vitamin D, but before you even know that, you need to know, have your vitamin D level drawn. That level should be a vitamin D 25OH. Is that okay, Chrissy?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay, great. So make sure what your level is, and don't be taking calcium if you have a low vitamin D level. They need to work hand in hand with each other. So you could take all the calcium in the world. If your vitamin D level is low, it's just not going to work. Some medications that interfere with your vitamin D level are steroids, some weight loss medications, some cholesterol lowering medications. But those aren't the ones that we typically order. That's a statin, or some thiazide medications actually increase your vitamin D level. Some seizure drugs also will decrease your level. So what should your numbers look like? What should they be? Again, that's a vitamin D 25OH. And there's been huge debate about this since 2007, and very few people really agree, so it's hard to kind of weed through the literature, talk to your healthcare practitioner about what that number should be for you, or whether you even need to have that level done. But typically what we like to see, or generally speaking, you want to have a level of 40 to 70 nanograms per milliliter. You can be vitamin D toxic. You can take too much. I've never seen it in my career, and I think it's a pretty difficult thing to do. Do you have any? You know what I wanted to say is, let us know if you have questions or concerns about your vitamin D. I'll answer each one of them individually. And also, some folks have written in to ask if we would talk about lupus or Lyme disease. I could never do that in this short time period. So if you have particular questions about that, ask that, and I'll be glad to answer that as well. Again, we want your suggestions. And I'm sorry, Chrissy, I cut you off.
No, I was just going to say, hopefully we get some vitamin D coming in soon with this nasty weather.
Exactly.
So
Everybody
gray.
north of North Myers, Florida, has a vitamin D deficiency, more than likely. So anyway, I'm going to leave you with our quote. The quote for tonight is, "The smallest act of kindness is worth more than the grandest of intention." Oscar Wilde. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night, and we'll see you on Friday.
Bye. Have a good night.